Well, hello there. Another Monday. Another one of these stupid live streams. Another therapy session, another loss. It's great, ain't it? Always losing. It's all we do here. Lose football games. At least they were competitive last night. It really sucks that that's what we got to hang our hats on, is the fact that we were competitive and didn't get blown out and embarrassed on national television. But we have a lot to talk about. The Giants are 1-5. We saw some pretty good things last night on both sides of the football. So obviously the talk today, and will be for the foreseeable future, is the quarterback situation, which we'll talk about. This is like split right down the middle. And like I said, I see arguments for both sides. And I'm hoping Dallas loses because that'll make it a lot better. Got that game on right now. Hopefully they lose. Even my kid roots against Dallas, which we're teaching them well. We're teaching him to root against Philadelphia and Dallas. And he knows to root against them already. But yeah, man, the Giants yesterday, defense kept them in there. Defense was great. Bobby Okereke, Micah McFadden, they were fantastic. Dexter Lawrence. The defense has gotten better outside of the game against Miami, but Miami puts up points on everybody. That's just what Miami does. Miami, you're not stopping them. But we got 3 turnovers. I mean, the last 2 games, the Giants have gotten 5 turnovers. They haven't turned the ball over, and they've still lost both games. And last night, I mean, there was definitely a few plays that cost us. The Tyrod Taylor audibling to a run play before the half doesn't make much sense. I don't know what he was thinking. He's a veteran. He's got to know better. I understand, yeah, you want to put the ball in the hands of your best player. But if you're going to do that, I would have done it at the end of the game when you have one play. That was it. You had one play to win the game. You could have gave it to Barkley, but the way they handled that at the end of the half was really bad. And then there was the play on 3rd and inches where, somebody's told me that was an RPO. Don't matter. You don't pass. You don't even you run the ball there. You ran the ball all the way down the field. You run the ball. And if you run an RPO on 3rd and inches, it's because you're going to go for it on 4th and inches. And they didn't do it. Where the Giants moved the ball pretty much down the field, they actually outgained Buffalo. They had over 300 yards of offense last night against one of the better teams in the NFL, one of the better defense in the NFL. They shut down one of the better offenses in the NFL. Josh Allen couldn't do anything against the Giants. And of course, the officiating was bullshit. 2 really bad calls. I mean, the roughing the passer was garbage, but this is what they do nowadays. If you breathe on the quarterback, it's a personal foul. The illegal man downfield and the big pass to Jalen Hyatt was horse shit. Evan Neal was not. He was blocking. He was definitely not ineligible downfield. Terrible call by the official. And then, of course, the coup de grace was the end of the game when Darren Waller is blatantly pass interfered with and held. And he went up there to grab it with one arm, and his other arm was being yanked down, pulled on the jersey, and they just let it go. So the Giants don't get an opportunity to win the game. Had it not been for a couple of, if it hadn't been for that missed call, I mean, I don't know that the Giants are going to score. And same thing at the end of the half. I mean, they would have definitely got at least 3. And then on 3rd and inches, if you go for, I mean, the Giants literally could have put up 27 points last night. They didn't. 13 straight quarters. This team hasn't scored an offensive touchdown. 13 straight. We have not scored a touchdown on offense since the beginning of the 3rd quarter in San Francisco. That's really bad. That's really bad. Really bad. The offense definitely looked different last night. No question. I mean, you saw it was different. I'm not going to sit here and tell you Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones. He's different than Daniel Jones. The offense opened it up a little bit. One thing I got on Twitter a lot today was, that's because Saquon Barkley is back. And my question to those people that gave all the credit to Saquon and refused to give any to Tyrod Taylor, who I thought played a good game. He wasn't great, but our offense sucks. What's the excuse for the Giants not scoring the first 6 quarters of the year with Saquon Barkley there? Like I said that, I got somebody said that's because Barkley's back. I said, so the 40-0 game against Dallas with Andrew Thomas and Saquon Barkley, what does that mean? The guy's like, oh, Andrew Thomas is hurt. Come on, you're better than that, dog. I don't care if Andrew Thomas is hurt or not. Barkley wasn't. We didn't score any points against Dallas. We didn't score any points against Arizona in the first half. But people are still making excuses. Oh, that's because the Giants were unprepared. Bullshit. You can't say that Tyrod Taylor moved the offense because Barkley was out there and then give an excuse that the Giants were unprepared and that's why they couldn't score for the first 6 quarters of the year. Come on. Come on, man. What are we doing? Be honest. Let's be honest. I understand people want to take sides. I get it completely. Oh, it's not even that they're a Tyrod Taylor guy. They're an anti-Daniel Jones guy. And I get it. You have the pro-Jones people. You have the anti-Jones people. And the anti-Jones people will make every single argument against Daniel Jones without giving him any credit. And the opposite is true for the pro-Jones people who refuse to give him any of the blame. They don't lay any blame at Daniel Jones' feet. It's everybody but Daniel Jones. Well, I'm sorry, but you got to meet somewhere in the middle here. Daniel Jones hasn't been good. Daniel Jones looks scared, hesitant, unconfident. Tyrod Taylor did what he does. I mean, I don't know. Tyrod Taylor looked a little bit more confident to me. Only got sacked 3 times, not 8. I don't know. And that's the other thing. People are like, oh, Justin Pugh was on the line. Are you kidding me? Justin Pugh literally said, I just got off the couch. It's his first game, and God knows how long. He got in there to play guard. He's out of position playing left tackle. And you're going to say that Tyrod Taylor had a good game because Justin Pugh was on the line. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones. He's different than Daniel Jones, and sometimes different is better. That makes sense. I think Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor, but being that it's something different, being that it's a change of pace, being that they stretch the field a little bit, sometimes different's better. Same thing with Justin Pugh. Justin Pugh, outside of the one time he got killed, beat really bad and a couple false starts, played pretty well at left tackle. I don't know if he's better than Azudu. He's out of position. So is Azudu for that matter. But different is better. Bring in Lael Collins. Get Andrew Thomas back. Get John Michael Schmitz back. Let's see what the hell we got. But it is just interesting. Tyrod Taylor is not the future of the New York Giants. He's not the future of the New York Giants. But Daniel Jones' neck injury. By the way, I'll get to these super chats in a minute. I thank you guys so much for donating to the channel. It really means a lot to me. So thank you for that. But Tyrod Taylor is not the future. Daniel Jones, maybe the future for one more year. Depends on how this year finishes. I don't know what the deal is with Daniel Jones' neck. From what I read today, and I'm not talking about the fake account, the Jesse, whatever, the Dr. Jesse, whatever it is. I find some of those troll accounts hilarious on Twitter. They make me laugh at the fake articles. Stuff is funny as Dak takes a hit and he'll have to punt. I did read that he's got pain in the left side of his neck, and it goes into he's got discomfort in the left side of his neck, and it goes into his left shoulder. That's nerves. That's a nerve thing. You ever whack your funny bone and you can't feel? I mean, it's because it's nerves. You ever pinch a nerve? It hurts. It's nerves. You don't screw the guy's neck. Last time Daniel Jones had a neck injury, he missed the entire rest of the season. He missed 6 weeks. So I wouldn't expect him back anytime soon. And they shouldn't force him back anytime soon. This team is 1-5. This team is not winning anything this year. There's no reason to hurry him back. There's just not. There's just not. And people saying, oh, the Giants would have won if Daniel Jones was a quarterback last time. Man, you don't know that. You don't know that. It's pure speculation. It's pure speculation. You don't know that. You don't know what would have happened if he was quarterbacking. Maybe we would have won. You're like, he wouldn't have made that call at the goal line. They might have not got down to the goal line in that situation with him there. We don't know. What I do know is this team is not a good team. That's what I know. This team is 1-5. It's ass. It sucks. I hate this shit. I've dealt with this for years on YouTube now. With a blip here and a blip there where they went into the postseason. But for the last 10 years, most of the time, this team has been like this, where we are in October. We're talking about quarterbacks and drafts. We're not even on Halloween yet. It is frustrating as a fan. It is frustrating as a content creator. It is frustrating all around. Watching this team week in and week out. Trying to find something positive. Trying to find something, some bright light in a dark tunnel. Last year, I thought that was it. I didn't expect this team to win 13 games and go to the Super Bowl this year, but I thought they'd be better than they were last year, especially the offense. It's been worse. It's been worse. Again, 13 quarters in a row without an offensive touchdown. The only offensive team worse than us is the New England Patriots. And by the way, the Patriots-Giants lock-up later this year could be the Caleb Bowl. And speaking of Caleb Williams, I mentioned this before. I don't know if it was on Chris's stream or if it was in my video, my post-game video. There's a lot of people that watch Caleb Williams for the first time against Notre Dame. And like, oh, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with Caleb Williams. You ain't seen a man play. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 interceptions against Oklahoma in college. Daniel Jones, I mean, if we're judging a quarterback off of one bad game, then every quarterback in the world sucks because every one of them's had a bad game. You know, when they don't just give the Heisman away. He's an elite talent. There's no question about it. He had a rough game against a good Notre Dame defense. It happens. It happens. The Giants are picking top 3. I think Joe Shane and Brian Dable get their quarterback. If they're not, then I guess we let the chips fall where they may. And I see a lot of people saying Joe Alt. Take Joe Alt from Notre Dame. Listen, man, we took Eric Flowers 9th. He sucked. We took Evan Neal 7th. Now, Evan Neal had a good game last night. Overall, he's been bad. Hopefully, he can build on what he did last night because I thought Evan Neal played a damn good game. And I'm going to give him credit for that. I thought he played a very good game last night. I really did. I thought Evan Neal had it. That was the best game I've seen him have in a long time. And there was a bogus call against him. It was not a penalty on him. So hopefully he builds out. My point is the Giants have spent a lot of draft capital on the offensive line and none of it's worked. So there's no guarantee that bringing in Joe Alt is going to work either. That's my point. Offensive line is extremely important. An elite franchise quarterback is more important. It just is. It just is. I don't know. It is what it is. But the offensive line is a problem, and it's going to be a problem for a little while. You know, there's no question about it. By the way, tonight's therapy session, I should say, brought to you by the old Body Armor Sport Water, baby. I want to thank Body Armor Sport Water for sponsoring the channel this winter. Body Armor Sport Water is an alkaline water with a pH 9+ and a proprietary electrolyte formula with a wide mouth for easier hydration. Body Armor Sport Water is built for all-day hydration for the athlete and all of us. And thank them for coming on board this year. And, of course, for the 3rd straight season, MyBookie.ag has also come on board the channel. You guys want to play a lot of bets. Obviously, too late to bet this game tonight. But basketball is getting ready to start up. Hockey has started up. College basketball. They always have a weekend of betting football, college football, NFL football. You can play some casino games on MyBookie.ag. But if you feel froggy, you want to win some money, and you don't have an account at MyBookie.ag, and you want to set one up, on your first initial deposit, enter the promo code BADDOG, which is BADDOG. It's one word. Send that promo code BADDOG, and depending on how much you deposit on that initial deposit, they can give you a cash bonus all the way up to $200. Go to MyBookie.ag, enter the promo code BADDOG. You bet anything, anywhere, anytime with MyBookie.ag. And, yeah, let's get to some of these chat of a batters up here. Dashy, my man.
Thank you for being a friend.
Hey, we're being a friend, Dashy says to Nick Wrong, who doubted us. And let me bring this one up here for Dashy. Where is that? For Dashy,
shut up, bitch.
He says, Bengals won 17-13 over the Seahawks. I'm on my victory Monday. Who dey? Yeah, the funny thing is, Joe Burrow still hasn't played well. And a lot of the quarterbacks haven't played well. Jalen Hurts has 7 interceptions this year. 7. He has 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Not good. Pat Mahomes has not been Pat Mahomes-like this year. He's struggled. Tua's been great, but a lot of the better quarterbacks in the league have struggled this season. So a lot of them get hurt too. It's been a weird year in the NFL. A very strange season in the NFL. Low scoring is way down across the league. Only 2 teams scored 30 points this week. Jaguars and Miami scores 30 points every week. But nobody else did. So scoring is way down. It is crazy, man. It is crazy. 2nd 7. Herbert looks, throws left, got a man. It's Keenan Allen. He's pushing out of bounds at about the 13. That'll be 3rd and 1 there. Evan, my man, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. The super chats are what keep these live streams going, as Uncle Lou would say, as my guy Uncle Lou would say. That's what keeps the live streams going. He says, toilet paper playbook and clown music time. We're getting there. Paper bag 2. The paper bag 2 of it. I don't know what happened to the good clown music that I had. Like, I can't find that. They have some like knockoff circus music, which I hate. I hate that one. So I don't know. That was a broken play, but Herbert got the first down. Be first to goal Chargers. 3:16 to go. Austin 3:16. So I just whooped your ass. You know, it sucks, man, because if the Giants could have pulled that one off last night, Dallas lost. Dallas would be 3-3. And the Giants had about an opportunity to be 3-4 by beating Washington. Washington would have fell to 3-4. Would have been nice to win that one last night. Bobby, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. I got the wrong drop. Now we go.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. Appreciate you, Bobby. He says, man, Baddog, I never thought I'd see the day where both our teams are this bad. I know. Long gone are the days we're meeting up at the Super Bowl. Exactly. We've come a long way from the Colin Belichick days. Cheers, bro. Yeah, the Patriots fell off a cliff. Like I said, that could be the Caleb Bowl. 2 of the worst offenses in the league going to battle it out. I believe that game's in Foxborough later in the year. That'll be awful. Nobody will watch it except for Patriots and Giants fans. Bill, my man, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. I hope this year we're let down in this band. You're not lying. This has been an incredible letdown. Herbert's going to take off with it, and he's going to take a hit at about the 6. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Big time letdown, man. That's why I try, every time I get optimistic or feel good about a team or try to have a positive outlook, screw me. Why people are like, oh, why are you so pessimistic? I'm like, I'm just realistic, and I let my emotions get the best of me, and I should have known. I should have known that was going to happen. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Okay, Evan Neal played an okay. I thought Evan Neal was good last night. I thought he was good last night. Thought he played a really good game last night. Herbert looking, throwing, end zone. And good defense there. They'll have to settle for 3. Yeah, I thought Neal was pretty solid last night. Thought he was solid. Roy Rebel. Super chat as a Washington fan, I'm scared you guys are winning Sunday. Hey, I put it on Twitter. We're a terrible team, but it would surprise anybody if we beat Washington. We just seem to beat Washington. I don't know why. It'll be interesting. It's 2 really bad offensive lines. It's a game where you would expect the defense to dominate. Sam Howell's been sacked, I think, more than anybody else. Daniel Jones might have been second, but Daniel Jones he didn't play, so obviously he didn't get sacked this week. But those are 2 teams with with bad offensive lines. Quarterbacks have been hit a lot. Quarterbacks turn the ball over. I don't think Daniel Jones is playing in this game, but we'll see. But yeah, man, you never know. You never know. Wouldn't surprise me, but I think you guys are going to win. If I'm being honest, we don't know how to win anymore. Not a winning team. Not a winning team. My guy, diehard Giants fan, thank you for the super chat. You get a separate drop, my man. He says, I can't say this enough. Our number one need, and we should address it immediately, is quarterback in this coming draft. Man, was last year nice. Yeah, last year was great. It's just we hadn't had any kind of success here. And getting into the postseason and winning a playoff game was extremely exciting. Dose reality hit when we played the Eagles, but up until that point, it was very exciting to be a Giants fan and think that we were moving in the right direction. And yeah, I agree. And again, I think Daniel Jones can be a good quarterback somewhere else. I just don't think I don't think he can be a good quarterback here. I think we've seen enough. 5 years, I think it's enough to know that he just can't overcome the lousiness around him here. And again, that's not a knock on Daniel Jones. It's just some guys have better skill sets than others. And his problem is the inability to process quickly. Tyrod Taylor processed a lot quicker last night. It's why he got the ball out fast. Why he only got sacked 3 times. It's why he took shots down the field. He just was able to. He just processes. He's been in the league a long time. He's a veteran. Daniel Jones is slow. Process is slow. Goes through progression slowly. When you have a bad offensive line, you can't have a quarterback that does that. He needs more time. Our offensive line doesn't give him time. It's just a bad combination of things. It doesn't fit here. Again, I'm not trying to kill Daniel Jones because I've said this before, and the guy's like, "Oh, you did I hear that right when I said Daniel Jones is in the top 3rd in the league in skill set?" Physically, yes, I will stand by that. He's tall, he's mobile, he's accurate, he's got a good arm. He just doesn't go through progressions fast enough. He doesn't get rid of the ball fast enough. He's hesitant. He doesn't throw guys open. His anticipation is not good. You can't have that particular skill set and succeed behind an offensive line that doesn't give you any time. And of course, it's going to be much more difficult for a quarterback that has less time than one that has all day to throw. We know that. But if you're a quarterback in the NFL and you don't, like I said, if you're not able to go through your progressions quick enough, you're going to get hit the way he does. It's just not a good combination. It's not because Daniel Jones can't succeed in the NFL. He can't succeed on this team because the offensive line stinks. If we had a really good offensive line, Daniel Jones would be a really good quarterback. We don't, so he's not. Eva Froman. Thank you for being a member for 42 months, baby, 3.5 years. No discussion. DJ over Tyrod Taylor. Too much money, and he's better. How much better is he? I mean, there's no discussion. Daniel Jones is a starter. Tyrod Taylor's not the starter. Tyrod Taylor's not the future. Once Daniel Jones is cleared to play, he's playing. Tyrod Taylor will not play if Daniel Jones plays. It's not happening. It's not happening. Tyrod is not the starter. There's no quarterback controversy here. Daniel Jones is a controversy unto himself. Tyrod will not be the starter over a healthy Daniel Jones. No, it's not going to happen. But if that was the other argument, Tyrod only did this, did that. But yeah, Jones only does that. Jones gets $40 million. Tyrod gets $7 million. That's the problem. That's the problem. Now we'll see if Daniel Jones does get back here and we have a healthy offensive line and we have a healthy Saquon Barkley. We'll see if he can turn it around. But Tyrod is not the starter. Tyrod will never be named the starter here if Daniel Jones is healthy. It's not happening. Tyrod Taylor was not brought in here to be the starter. Tyrod Taylor was brought in for situations like we have right now. If Daniel Jones gets hurt, he's there. He's very capable as a backup. He may be the best backup in the league. He's one of them. It's a far cry from Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm, we're going to compete with Tyrod Taylor, as we saw last night. But a couple of good things, like I said, Evan Neal played well. Deontay Banks is great. Deontay Banks, maybe the best rookie corner in the league. Witherspoon's pretty damn good too, but Deontay Banks is right up there. He's had a great year. Micah McFadden has looked really good this year. Micah McFadden has been really good. So there's some good things. And the defense seems like they're starting to find their way. I think Bobby Okerike's finally figured out Wing Martindale's system. Okerike's come on as of late. And Thibodeau had maybe 6 pressures by himself, 5 pressures, whatever it was. He was back there a lot. He's got to finish him off. But Thibodeau's playing better too. The defense is starting to come around, but this offense is not. No matter if it's Jones or Tyrod under center. We move the ball. That's great. Got to score. Last year, just think about it. The Giants were one of the most efficient teams in the league in the red zone. This year, they're one of the worst. It's all about execution. Which our execution has been poor. Mr. Mini Guy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. He says, Neil can call me a burger flipper all he wants as long as he can block. That's, oh, shoot. I just realized it's a football thing. And I told Big Moo, I don't know if Big Moo is in here. I told Big Moo I would not do that. So I got to change that. Big Moo, if you're in here, my bad, buddy. I forgot. I'm so used to doing this for basketball with a soundboard. Usually football, I haven't been doing it. So my bad if you're in here, Big Moo. That was our deal. Cheddarhead, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Caleb won't start 4 games next year. He might not. But that's what happens. You're a quarterback. You're going to one of the worst teams in the NFL. That's what happens. You're an elite quarterback. You're going to one of the worst teams. That's why they're picking number 1. Unless you trade, The Bears aren't any good anyway. But the Bears have the Panthers. First thing. Dashy, my man. Thank you for the super chat. Neil, I'm sorry, I read that one. Bengals defense has 4 sacks, 2 interceptions yesterday. Geno Smith, their defense played well. Joe Burrow had 2 touchdown passes and interception yesterday. Yeah, I know. The interceptions suck. Joe Burrow's on my fantasy team. Won the last couple of weeks. Joe Burrow didn't do great. Derek Carr had a good game. So, 3rd down. Dak in trouble, gets out of it. Rolls right, pump fakes, throws, got a man. And it's Tony Pollard, who spins out of a tackle and is going to go all the way. Nope, he got tackled in the 15. Horrible job of tackling by the Chargers, and the Cowboys are set up. Horrible job there. Horrible job. Hit that thumbs up. You almost got 100 likes. It'd be pretty cool to get there. Yes. DJ's the best quarterback on this team. It's not saying much. As a starter, he should be the best quarterback on the team. No, I'm not venting. There's no vent. I'm done getting mad. The Seattle game got rid of all my anger. No venting at all. Not at all. Dak will throw a pick 6. I see that. Oh yeah. I see your thumbnail. It's a fantastic thumbnail. Look at that handsome guy down there. Handsome guy right there. Look at the hair. Look at that. When I'm the president of the United States again, we're going to ban all pineapples on pizza. Frankly, we're not going to put up a pineapple on pizza. We're going to go. What Joe Shane and Brian Dable need to do? They're going to build a wall around the quarterback, whoever that may be. It might be Caleb. I talked to Caleb. He's a fine young man. It might be Michael Penix, another great man. He played in Indiana. They were really good when he played, And then when he got hurt, Indiana was so good. He went out to Washington. And look at Washington, their proverbial national championship contending team, frankly. USC, Caleb, he's really good, but and Lincoln Riley, he's fake news. Dallas. Well, that'd be funny if he did throw a pick 6. That'd be funny. Oh no, it's just Terry. No, the grandma song stays, just not during the. Listen, Big Move made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I just told him during the football. He said basketball we can do it, but he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. He said I couldn't turn down the offer. So we couldn't do it. Yeah. No. We'll give you golf. I don't want Jared Goff. Jared Goff will be dead here. The Lions have a great offensive line. He can succeed there. He would get killed here. He would have no chance. Jared Goff would have no chance on this team. Caleb would have to. But let's see, man. We got a long way to go before Caleb Williams is a Giant. Anyway, there's 11 more games. There's 11 more weeks of this shit. Thank God basketball starts a week from tomorrow. I mean, I'll be live for the Lakers preseason on Thursday. The last preseason game will be live for that, but thank God. Basketball is just so much fun, man, and gets my mind away from the freaking Giants. Because, like I said, as a content creator, it is hard to come on and talk about your team when your season's over in October, barring some miracle turnaround. It is hard to do this week in and week out for the Giants. It really is, And sometimes I sit here and wonder why I even bother with it. It's just such a horrible team. But I bother with it because I don't give up. I'm not a quitter, and because my team sucks doesn't mean that I'm going to go out of the hell with it. I quit. It's just not my style. But I'm telling you, man, some of these games and these streams and the videos, it's just like, man, what's the point? They stink. I mean, I don't know how many more times I can say they stink. No, I'm not streaming. I'm not. My guy Cheddar is the man, but no, we're not going to be streaming Clipper games. We'll stream 4 this year when they play the Lakers. We'll stream 4 Clipper games against the Lakers, but no, the LakerDog is still a LakerDog. 6 years in. 6 years in. Dashy, my man, thank you for the super chat, Dashy. Appreciate you. The Rangers lead the ALCS 2-0 over the divisional rivals and in-state rivals, Houston Astros. As always, no pineapple on a pizza. Tell them, Dashy, no freaking pineapple on a pizza. I like the Rangers a lot. They got a lot of good young hitters. When they played the Yankees this year, I'm like, man, this team can rake. Thank God the Yankees didn't take Corey Seager. What the hell would we want that guy for? Brian Cashman sucks. Terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Terrible. By the way, and in case you didn't know, and maybe you didn't, today is the 20-year anniversary of this.
Jose Contreras is warming in the Yankees bullpen. Rivera has pitched brilliantly. Now we're tied at 5 as we go to the bottom of the 11th. Here's Aaron Boone to lead off. His first at-bat of the game. There's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone has hit a home run. The Yankees go to the World Series for the 39th time in their remarkable history. Aaron Boone down the left field line. They are waiting for him at home plate, and now he dives into the scrum.
20 years ago today, one of the best moments of my freaking life. And Yankee fans, we've been paying for that for the last 5 years. But that is one of the greatest moments of the history of my time as a Yankee fan. That series against the Red Sox was the fight between Pedro and Clemens, and such an emotional series And 20 years ago today, Aaron Boone hit that walk-off home run against Tim Wakefield. R.I.P. Tim Wakefield just passed away recently. But definitely one of the greatest moments in the history of my sporting life. Wish the Yankees could have finished out the World Series that year. Of course, they lost to the Marlins in 6 because Aaron Boone struck out the base loaded in the top of the 11th in Game 4. But whatever. But that moment will live in Yankee history. Mike, thank you for the super chat, brother. What am I, a clown? What am I, here to amuse you? What am I? What do you mean I'm funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny. There he is. That's like my favorite movie ever. Goodfellas. He says, nah, man, we need you for the therapy. He said, oh, I'm not going anywhere, bro. I'm not going anywhere. Up, touchdown, Dallas. Brandon Cooks. Dallas is going to win this game. Chargers sold. The Chargers, man, they can't win any big games. You know that? Justin Herbert's great. And they have a lot of really good players. They cannot win. They cannot win football games. They cannot beat anybody good. They really can't. Tommy! Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. He says, Lions remind me of the old Giants. Strong on both sides of the line of scrimmage. We seem to chase home run hitters instead of players who can get on base. For the Yankees, absolutely. Oh God, yeah. That has been their coup de grace, or their not coup de grace, their MO. Modus operandi is what MO stands for. But yeah, that's been the modus operandi for years now. Just hitting home runs. Win championships like that. The teams that won championships got on base, hit with runners on base, got runners on, got them over, got them in, bunting, sack flies, stolen bases, manufacturing runs, good pitching, good fielding. That's how they won. They played good baseball, kind of like the Rangers do. And the Yankees don't do that anymore. And yes, the Lions have a really good offensive line. Aiden Hutchinson, I love him. He's an absolute stud. And I'll pull for them all day, every day. If the Giants can't win the damn Super Bowl, I would pull for the Lions to win that. They've never even been in the Super Bowl. One of my buddies is a Lions fan, so it'd be nice for him to taste that one time. So. Jared says, charging a new coach last year. I don't know why they still have this. Yeah. I don't know. They really do struggle against good teams. It's very strange. It is really strange. And you're right. That's all I hear are Cowboy fans in that stadium. Same thing with the Eagle. I heard a lot of Eagle fans against the Jets yesterday. Of course, the Jets knocked them off. The Giants suck, but at least it was a good weekend. Watching the Eagles lose to the Jets. I predicted that too. Of course, when I predicted the Jets were going to beat the Eagles this year, it's when they had Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I did it before the year started. It's not like I picked the Jets to win yesterday. Dashy, you're the man, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Take on Eagles choking a 14-3 lead. I loved it, Dashy. You know that. Them doing that, the Eagles choking away a 14-3 lead, is the equivalent of the Ravens doing that against somebody for you. That's what that is. That is the equivalent of that. I hear you, Dire John's fan. We get our 5th and 5. I hope so. If the timeline holds true as to when the Giants won when I was a kid, and my son, they would win it in 4 years. So let's hope so. Because remember, the Giants had a lot of shitty days from 1964 to 1983. They did have one blip on the radar in 1981. They got into the postseason with a 9-7 record. They beat Philadelphia in round 1. They ended up losing to the eventual Super Bowl champions, San Francisco 49ers, that year. But then they were bad in 82. Of course, it was a strike season. They were really bad in 83. And then 1984, they made the playoffs. In 85, they made the playoffs. 86, they won a championship. I started watching them in 84. And from 84 to 2011, they were one of the best teams in the league for a quarter of a century. They're really good for a quarter of a century. Dr. Great, thank you for the super chat. It's an interesting question. Who takes a bigger dump? I guess it would depend on what they ate. Both pretty big guys. I would imagine it's the size of an elephant shit. Not something I really thought about before. Well, come on into therapy session. That is the last question I thought I have to answer. I'm gonna go with Evan Neal just because he seems to have an infatuation with hamburgers. So I'm just gonna pick Evan Neal because he mentioned hamburgers. I wouldn't want to follow either one of them in the stall after they were finished. I'm gonna tell you that. JT, thank you so much for the super chat. My favorite drop of all of them. Let's go. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, JT. I appreciate that. I've been rooting for losses, 8 wins, 9 wins. Because it's no good. We need a great draft pick, and Drake. Let me try this again. Dr. Raves got me all screwed up with the question. He says, I have been rooting for losses. 8, 9 wins does us no good. We need a great draft pick and a great draft capital. Trade away these veterans, start making moves towards a new and improved football team without Daniel Jones. DJ sucks. What I'll say, I'm not going to say DJ sucks. I just don't think DJ can play on the team. I think DJ's shortcomings really are magnified on this team. They really, it speaks to his weaknesses, okay? You want to play to a player's strengths. The Giants are set up to, wow, who was that? Laura, who was that just got in there? My God. It almost took the hand off. Again, I think that the lack of talent that the Giants have magnifies DJ's weaknesses, and it should be the opposite. But I agree with you. You're going to see a lot of veterans go off this team. If we're 1-7, I think Barkley's gone. I don't think Barkley comes back here. He's going to be 27. What are they going to do? Tag him again? You think he's going to want to play under the tag? They're going to give him a contract. They didn't give him one last year. Why are they going to give him one this year? Wow, that was a hell of a throw by Herbert there. So I don't think he's coming back. I'll be honest. I'll be shocked if he comes back. And we're not winning with him. As great of a player as he is, well, what the hell are we winning? Oh, it's coming back, holding on the Chargers. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, we all know that the officials run the Cowboys' pockets. They always are. And yeah, Leonard Williams won't be here. Adoree Jackson, I can't imagine him coming back. McKinney, I'm leaning that he won't be back. Paris Campbell not going to be here. Sterling Shepard not going to be here. Ashawn Robinson probably. There's a lot of guys that are going to be gone. I think this year was just kind of a fill the gap with a lot of one-year guys, a lot of low-risk, high-reward guys, which we haven't gotten any reward on them. But the Giants are able to get out of it after next year. Wow, Keenan Allen, did he get it? They're going to mark him about an inch short. This will be an interesting decision. But I agree, JT. I think we're going to get rid of a lot of the veterans, and I do. I think that the Gettleman era is being ushered out. Gettleman was here 4 years ago. Shane took over a lot of these contracts that are still here are Gettleman's guys. Azeez Ojulari will probably not be here either. He has been a bust because he can't stay healthy. But there's a lot of guys that I think are going to be replaced, and I think that Joe Shane and Brandon Brown are going to usher their own guys in. They did go for it, and they got it. I don't think what I think they could get, honestly, Cheddarhead, I think the Ravens could really use a running back. And I think the Giants may be able to get like a third and a fifth or a third and a sixth from Baltimore. I think that's Barkley's trade value. I don't think you're going to get a second for him. You could. I mean, the Bears gave up a second for Chase Claypool last year. So maybe somebody does. Maybe Baltimore's like, you know what? Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, that's not going to get it done. If we could get Saquon Barkley to go with Lamar Jackson, we'll give you a second rounder. Maybe. but there's no reason to give him up for a 6. You can let him walk, and your compensatory pick will be higher than a 6-rounder. So that's really what the Giants have to measure. They're going to have to measure if we don't bring him back here. What the hell just happened? They must have gave him the first. I totally missed some plays there. Chargers are going to punt. I know they got the first down. That should have been intercepted. Went right through his hands. Stormtrooper says Tyrod Taylor is better than Daniel Jones. Depends on who you ask. It depends on who you ask. Tyrod Taylor better than Daniel Jones? I could say he was last night. Daniel Jones better than Tyrod Taylor? I could say Daniel. I can go either way with this. I'm not arguing. I'm not debating these things anymore. Whatever people want to think, they're entitled to it, and it's hard to disagree. Both sides make really good points as to why Daniel Jones should or shouldn't be the quarterback here in the future. Eric, thank you for being a member for 33 months. I say get a better defense or get a better offensive line. If Daniel Jones doesn't improve, then Daniel Jones will be gone. Yeah, but if you're picking top 3, you don't know when you're going to pick top 3 again. You don't want to let an elite quarterback get away. Listen, Chris mentioned this, and he's right. If you let an elite quarterback walk away from you when you have a top 3 pick, you have now tied yourself to Daniel Jones. And if Daniel Jones does not improve, you're going to lose your job. If you draft top 3 and you take Drake May, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Daniel Jones will play next year. He'll be the starter at the beginning of the year. Don't know how long he'll stay the starter. But until that rookie quarterback comes out there and plays, they're not on the clock. As soon as the rookie quarterback starts to play, that's when Joe Shane and Brian Dable's jobs will start to be evaluated. And they probably have a good 3 years. They'll give themselves job security. Does not make any sense to hold on to Daniel Jones. They structured that contract for this reason, is they were kind of stuck in a precarious situation. They were coming off a playoff victory. They were drafting 25th. There was really no answer. You were not going to go stopgap quarterback after you just won a playoff game. So they signed Daniel Jones. People think he got a lot of money. He really didn't. It's a mid-tier contract. It is not a Joe Burrow contract. It is not a Justin Herbert contract. It is not a Jalen Hurts contract. It is not a Pat Mahomes contract. He is like 13th in guaranteed money. Then get out after 2 years. That's exactly what they did. It's a Derek Carr type of contract. That's why they did it that way. Because if he did regress and they did have a bad year, or he did get hurt again and they had a bad year, they had an out because they can say, okay, we're 2-15. We're drafting first. We're drafting second. We're taking a quarterback. And then he's going to sit there because we have to pay Daniel Jones. Unless somebody traded for Daniel Jones. I don't know who would, but you never know. You don't know. Manicast make this game tolerable. Joe Buck doesn't make it tolerable. David, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Stevenson, you're right. There's been a lot of bad. Yeah, I talked about it earlier. Jalen Hurts hasn't played well. He's got 7 touchdowns, 7 picks. Joe Burrow struggled all year. He had one good game. Pat Mahomes hasn't been Pat Mahomes-like. You know? So the problem at Pat Shurmur was they were just so bad. And that wasn't Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur didn't get to buy the time. Gettleman bought his time. Gettleman bought the time. Gettleman got the extra time. Gettleman got it. But that's the mistake. The Giants have done that a couple times now where they fired the coach, kept the GM. You have to wipe them both out at the same time. You have to start anew at the same time. They did it with Reese. They fired Coughlin, they kept Reese. Then they fired McAdoo and they got rid of Reese. Then they brought in Gettleman and Shurmur. Then they got rid of Shurmur. And then they brought in Gettleman. Then they brought in Judge. I'm sorry. They fired Shurmur. They brought in Judge. They kept Gettleman. Then both of them were gone. It's been a vicious cycle, a really bad pattern 2 years because the first year McAdoo was good, second year bad. Pat Shermer was bad both years. First year Joe Judge 6-10, not good, but they look to be getting better. Second year was a train wreck. Brian Dable, first year good. This year's terrible. Even in the Joe Judge days, I don't know if we started 1-5. We were 4-7 in 2021 before Daniel Jones got hurt, and we had to look at Fromm and Glennon every week. It's a really shitty situation. It's a really bad place to be when you watch your team play and you know you're going to lose before they even kick it off. I'm not going to sit here and say that the Giants are going to lose to Washington because I don't think that. Will not surprise. I mean, it won't surprise me either way. Washington should beat us. They're better than we are. But it will not surprise me one bit if the Giants walk out of there with it. We walk out with a win. It's at home. So, I don't know. Just, like I said, it's rough. Last year was a lot of fun for me, personally. To be excited about the Giants, to make content about being excited, to be talking about how well they were playing and how they were overachieving and coming back and giving Daniel Jones credit instead of having to, not give him credit or criticize him because he didn't play well. It was a nice change of pace. It really was. To have our key guys be healthy last year was nice. It was a nice change of pace. This year, it's just right back to the way it's been. And it's not fun. It's not fun. I've said this all the time. When you're an Eagles fan, it's easy to come on here and make content. It's easy. It's easy to do it when you're really good. It's easy. You want to talk about your team. When your team is as bad as the Giants, you don't want to have to talk about them all the time because it's depressing. It's like I said, it's why I enjoy. Oh, Dallas just turned it over. Dallas turned it over on the punt. Herbert looks, throws right guy, overthrew Keenan Allen, but there's going to be a penalty. That'll be pass interference. And that's going to put the ball at the 1 yard line for the Chargers. Maybe I should just call the rest of this game. That's something that I have to do more of. It's just hard because I don't have a lot of time. I got to call more of the games. When I called that Washington-Philadelphia game, that was a really good game. That was fun to call. I should do more of these. Kind of got away from doing anything that wasn't Giants related. But with basketball, it'll be a lot tougher. But it'll be funny. Well, actually, they called it a 5. Keenan Allen in motion. Herbert hands up the middle and stuffed at the 3. It really bothered me that Brian Dable's clock management. I don't think that was Brian Dable. I think the clock management was fine. The play call was bad. 14 seconds at the 1 yard line. You got 3 shots at the end zone. 3 shots. Easily. If Tyrod doesn't call a run, I don't think he managed the clock poorly in the first half, at the end of the first half at all. You have the ball on the 1 yard line, 14 seconds to go, timeouts or no timeouts. You can take a lot of shots at the end zone. Herbert takes a shot at the end zone and misses everybody. So, I don't know. It is good. Furman shakes you and the Conde brothers. Subscribe to seasons. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, the NBA playoffs. I love doing that. That's it. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it gets me away from the monotony of my teams, which, listen, I can't deny this. I mean, I'm spoiled. Like, I was lucky to grow up when I did. I mean, I saw 9 championships between the Giants. Oh, that's so close. They're going to have to go for that. They marked it at the 1. He was more like at the half-yard line. George, you're going to have to go for this. But, yeah, man, I saw 9 championships. A lot of people don't get to see that. I saw the Giants win 4. Saw the Yankees win 5. I saw the Yankees play in 7 World Series. I saw the Giants play in 5 Super Bowls. Saw the Rangers win it all in 94. Saw the Knicks in 2 finals. Saw the Rangers in another Stanley Cup finals in 2013, 2014. Oh, look at her. She's pumped. That lady's cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's what that look like. Here we go. Herbert out of the shot. Oh, timeout. Yes, please, Chargers, get in. Yeah, they should. Did you see Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams getting in a fight last night? They should have. They should have. 70. So you lived through a lot of bad Giants football because the 70s. My dad lived through the 70s, and that was a really bad football team. So I always tell the story, man. 1986, my dad had tears in his eyes when I won a Super Bowl. He told me, he said, "Kid," he said, "remember this. You may never see it again," because he never saw one. He was 32, and he saw a lot of bad Giants football. And luckily for us, we got to share 3 more of those together. Herbert out of the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. Herbert takes a snap, fakes, plays, rolls, got a touchdown! Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, look at her. There she is. I don't know what she has to do with anything. Joe Everett. Next point away from tying this baby up. She's the only Chargers fan in the building. Maybe she is. It is crazy how the bandwagon Cowboy fans traveling. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do I think Barkley will get traded? If they're 1-7, yeah, I have a feeling he'll be gone. There's no reason to hang on to him. You're not going to build around Saquon. Snap, spot, kick, good. We're tied at 17 weeks. I don't know, Cheddarhead. That's what I'm saying. Somebody said she's the only Charger fan in the building. Trevor might miss Thursday night. Why, is Trev going to the game or something? But yeah, yes, exactly. That's what I would have done. Well, I said if you roll Tyrod out, you give the run pass option. That's exactly what they should have done, without question. So I think Case Roth says, stop talking about Jones. Well, we're going to talk about Jones. He's our quarterback. Trash or no trash, it's quarterback. I mean, Giants fans, Giants, all in all, are trash. Not just Jones. They're all bad. But yeah, you're going to have to deal with them for at least another year after this one, at least. I mean, the Giants end up winning 6 games this year. You're not going to get a quarterback. You have to deal with them for longer, probably. But again, trash it's subjective. It depends on who you ask. He's certainly underachieved this year and took a major step backwards and has regressed, and we look really bad. I can't deny that. He looked good in one half of football. The other 4.5 quarters that he played, he looked absolutely lost. Die Giants man, thank you for the super chat, brother. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. He says, this team gives me every reason to have no faith in this team. Apart from our defense last night, they don't fight. We make mistake after mistake. Poor play calling, poor execution. Exactly. That's why we're 1-5. You nailed every single one of it. And on paper, they look so much more talented than they were last year. But the mistake after mistake and the poor execution, that last part of that sentence, mistake after mistake, poor play calling, poor execution, that is exactly why we lose. Little things that we did right last year that got us over the hump, and we won the close games as opposed to the bad things last night, the penalties, the poor play calling, the bad clock management, poor execution. That lady's going viral. She's insane. Maybe that is why they're showing her, because she is the only Charger fan there. I have no idea who that lady is. Yeah, Barbara, I can tell you, Chris and I, you go back to like our first Chris and the Baddog talking Giants. You go back to the first, second one. We talked about Justin Herbert. We don't even mention Daniel Jones because we started that in the middle of 2018 when they were really bad. I think they were 1-7 that year. And we started doing our show and they won like the first 3 games. And we're like, hey, we're good luck charms. But Chris and I were talking about getting like Teddy Bridgewater as a stopgap and drafting Justin Herbert. That was our guy. I wanted Justin Herbert. I know that. And yeah, he stayed at Oregon the next year to play with his brother. That's what that was. So who knows what could have been. I do know Josh Allen is a beast for Jacksonville. And it had nothing to do with Daniel Jones. I say that all the time. My reaction about drafting Daniel Jones had nothing to do with Daniel Jones. It had to do with Josh Allen. The fact that he was there, and that was the guy that I want. I always want a defensive guy. Always. Always. I wanted Isaiah Simmons the year we got Andrew Thomas. I wanted Micah Parsons that year. I wanted Josh Allen. I always want defensive guys. I'm a defensive guy. I mean, I lived through the 80s Giants. We win with defense. We win with defense. Missed those days. Defense was great. I wish our offense. Last night reminded me of like the 97 Giants. The 96 Giants. You know, when Dave Brown and Danny Cannell were the quarterbacks and we couldn't do jack shit. And Dak is going down. We couldn't do anything on offense. Defense kept us in the game. Jesse Armstead, Michael Strahan, those guys. I ever show you this guy? See something here. Can I share some of it? Hold on a second. I want to see something. Where is I don't know if I can share this from my desktop. Oh man, I don't know if it's there. Is it not there anymore? No. I had him somewhere. Where the hell is it? Those are all my phone things. No. Nope. Wow, so the Cowboys on 3rd and 19 are going to get an automatic first down because of holding on the defense. 2 holdings on the defense. Nope, I guess they don't have it anymore. I thought I did. Are they? Hold on a second. I want to see if I can find something. I don't know if it's going to be here. No. Nope. Son of a bitch. I don't know where they are. I thought I had old photos in here. But it's just my recent stuff. Son of beach, man. Whoa, that was almost picked. Nope. I guess it's not here anymore. I was looking for some stuff and I cannot find it. Well, I can do this. Dire Giants fan. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. Really. Before we take the field, yeah, I hate that. I hate that feeling of before we've taken the field, we lost. I hate it. I hate that with a passion. Hold on a second. I want to show you guys something. I can go here. I know I have one here. Um, maybe it ain't here. Oh, there's my Maserati. I'm looking for something. Get him! No, CD Lamb. Where the hell is this? Where are you? I got a lot of crap on Instagram. Where? Where the hell? Oh God. That was a bad take. I was looking at service. Where the hell is this thing that I want to show you guys? Yeah, this one. I'll show you this real quick. You want to see Young Baddog? Young Baddog. There you go. Look at me. I had hair. Look at this. Look at this. With my pops. Big Johnny. Like my Sean Kemp jersey? Look at that phone, people. Look at that phone in my hand. Young Baddog right there. That's not what I wanted to show you guys, though. Where the hell is it? It's in here someplace. Man, I posted a lot of crap on Instagram. I didn't realize I posted this much stuff on here. And I'm probably not even going to be able to find a damn thing. And I don't think I can. Where is this damn picture? Do I not? Gots? Jesus, there is a lot of crap. And I probably went past it. And I'm not going back through here. Yeah, forget it. Forget it. Sorry about that. I was trying to find something and I can't find the damn thing. V-Rock! Too bad you don't cover the Rangers, Baddog. The Garden today was excellent. Giants therapy. If you did, I'd be number 5. Well, you know I do the Rangers postseason games. I do the postseason Ranger games. But yeah, I do basketball, and I can't really do hockey. I'm not really good at it. I do watch the Rangers, but I'm a casual Rangers fan. I say it all the time. I'm not a diehard. But when they make the playoffs, definitely. I mean, last year I wanted to do it, but they didn't get out of the first round, and I had no time to do it. But you know, if they do, I definitely will cover the playoffs. Love the playoffs. MetLife Stadium. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. He says, I feel like our offense wasn't even bad. How do we? Yeah, we moved the ball fine because we didn't score first and go from the one twice. We didn't score. That was why. We had 316 yards of offense. We probably didn't have that much offense in any game outside of Arizona. But yeah, we moved the ball very well and we couldn't punch it into the end zone. That's a killer. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Just can't go back to back. I think you meant interferences. Yeah, I guess not. Because he was definitely interfered with. Dak looks, throws. That hung up there, but nice catch. Boy, Joe Buck gets a hard on every. I put that on Twitter. This guy, man, the Cowboys get a first down, and he is like out of his mind. The Giants knock off the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl, and you would think it was a preseason run of 1 yard. He is the worst freaking announcer on the face of the planet. His father was an absolute legend. And the apple really fell far from the tree when it came to Joe Buck. Andrew, thank you for being a member for 11 months, almost a year. Almost got that year back. I knew what you meant. Back-to-back interferences. I knew what you meant. But yeah, I'm a New York legend, Barbara. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. Not even a legend in my own mind. But I didn't see what the chat was saying about that. That fine-looking young 18-year. I was just either 18 or 19 there. It's right in the midst of my partying days. That picture. That's about the time I earned my nickname. Right in that area. Right in that area. You think Eli pushed for Daniel? I mean, maybe he did. It's very possible Eli was there. I don't think Eli had a say in it, though. I think Mara did. And as I said, when I worked with Patty the other night, and I made this reference before. Have you seen Rocky V? Don't. It's terrible. I mean, if you've seen Rocky V, great. If you haven't, don't. Unless you're a dire Rocky fan. And if you are, you've already seen it. It's not the best Rocky. Rocky's training Tommy Gunn to be like Rocky. And everybody's like, Tommy Gunn's a shadow. Tommy this. Tommy's Rocky's puppet. Tommy fights like Rocky. Whatever. And Adrian tells Rocky, she goes, you can give him everything you know, but you can't give him your heart. You can't give him your heart. Rocky had heart. Tommy Gunn did not have heart. Daniel Jones is an Eli clone. Same size, more mobile than Eli. Same temperament, personality. He doesn't have Eli's brain. Eli can't give him his brain. You're going to have all the Eli clones you want. But if you don't have Eli Manning's brain, you can't process and read defenses and do the things Eli Manning did. Doesn't matter how much you are like him, you're never going to be him. And instead of going out and looking for the next Eli Manning, how about you go out and look for your next franchise quarterback, no matter who it is? Caleb Williams is the complete opposite of Eli. But Caleb Williams got an incredible, elite skill set. You're not going to find a lot of Caleb Williams. It's just the way it is. I don't think that Eli has something to do, but Mara, absolutely, because of the Cutcliffe tie, because of the Eli Manning ties. There's not a doubt in my mind that that's why he was drafted. Not a doubt in my mind. I wasn't mad for that. I was mad because they didn't take. That was almost an amazing catch. I was mad because they didn't take Josh Allen. I was mad about that. Cheddarhead says, Baddog, I went to the Packers-Raiders game last Monday, and I can't explain how oddly nice Raider fans were after the game, did I? That's probably because you're in Vegas. You're not in or are you in was that in Lambeau? Or was that in Las Vegas? I don't remember. I mean, if you're in Lambeau, probably different than if you're in Vegas, but it's not Oakland anymore. Oakland's rough. My brother-in-law's a Raider fan now. He's cool. So DJ needs a new haircut. I don't think it's his haircut, but yeah. It's got to in Vegas. Okay. Vegas, I think, is a different atmosphere. I think Raider. I just think it was Oakland. Oakland's a rough area. Oakland's a tough area. Dak with a bad throw. Yeah, Pollard had him on the wheel route. Pollard's not Odell Beckham. If I have to endure 1-60, yeah. I mean, if we're 1-16, Caleb Williams is a giant. I don't think there's any question about it. I don't think we're going 1-16. I think we find a couple. Listen, if we don't beat Washington, then I think there's a good possibility. The Patriots are really bad. Like, that's a team I think we could beat. They're not good. They're really bad. Their defense is pretty good. Their offense is a mirror image of ours. It's worse. It's worse, if you can imagine that. I think when the Giants play the Patriots, I'd be surprised if the Patriots score a touchdown. They're really bad. That might be the Caleb Williams Bowl. It really could be. MetLife Stadium, thank you for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Again, that's what keeps the live streams going. He says off topic, but let's see what happens here with Herbert. Hits Keenan Allen. He's out of bounds. Trayvon Walker has been least talked about. Yeah, you never hear anything about Trayvon Walker. Never. Combine Warrior. Let's see what he's done. You're right. I don't even know how the hell he's doing. Let's see how he's doing. 2.5 sacks. He had 3.5 sacks last year and an interception. So he has 6 sacks in his entire career. Now, let's look at Aiden Hutchinson's stats. He was taken second overall. He has 4.5 sacks this year and 9.5 sacks last year. He's a lot better. Herbert looking, running, and tackle from behind by Lawrence. Johnny, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. Phillies Harper, Castellano. I love Bryce Harper, dude. I freaking love Bryce Harper. I bought a Bryce Harper rookie card. I don't have one. I bought a PSA 10 2012 Topps Traded. I had to have a Bryce Harper. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Wish the Yankees would have freaking signed him. But our idiot GM, I don't want a guy that's 26 in his prime, a former MVP, a guy that is a dog and is all heart, competitive, fiery. I don't want that guy. Not to mention a left-handed hitter in Yankee Stadium with unlimited power. Why would you want Bryce Harper, Brian Cashman? I love Bryce Harper. Love him. And I got no hate for the Phillies. I have no hate for the Phillies at all. The Phillies don't bother me. I'm not a Mets fan. Is it worth millions? No, it's worth like a couple $100. Probably worth a couple $100. I can tell you right now. Look, I don't even think it's worth that much, honestly. It might be 150. Let's see. It's a 2012 Topps. Bryce Harper, PSA 10. Let's see what they sell for. Yep. Let's see. Let's see what they sell for. That's what really matters. It's not the screaming one. There it is. 110, 130, 135, 153. How the hell does that happen? That's a scam. $31? Where's this guy selling? Nothing. Yeah, like I said, between 100 and 150 bucks, they're not much. I just wanted one because I like Bryce Harper. Boneless wings or chicken nuggets, whatever they are, they're good. I like both bone in, and boneless. I just like chicken. The problem with the bones, I always feel like I'm wasting the chicken. I always feel like I'm wasting chicken when I leave it on the bone. I hate that. I love chicken. At work, they call me the chicken man. I freaking love chicken. I live on chicken. I eat chicken for dinner and lunch 6 days a week. And I have ground turkey as well for dinner 6 days a week. My diet is stupid. And people are like, oh, how do you do that? I'm like, because I'm psychotic. You have to be seriously touched in the head to eat the way I do. You have to be. People are like, oh, how do you? I'm like, don't ever eat like me. Oh, Herbert just got killed. Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons just lit his ass. Damn. Wow. I would certainly say give me some chicken nuggies. And Herbert just threw an interception and game over. Dallas going to hang on and win this 20-17. I hate Joe Buck too. He sucks ass. Roughing the pass. Yeah, right. I'm surprised they didn't call roughing the passer. Yeah, Joe Buck's got no excitement. Just for the Cowboys. Joe Buck was the guy that got shoved into lockers, had his head shoved in toilets, got wedgies. He was that guy. You know he was. You know he was the guy that got picked on by the football. You know that. You know it. We know it. Look at him. He got picked on, shoved into lockers. They knocked the books out of his hand, put the kicking sound on his back. We know it. Troy Aikman was captain of the football team, got all the hot chicks, good-looking guy, athlete, collegiate scholarship, the man, right? I hate Troy Aikman with a passion, but that's what he was. So the fact that Joe Buck gets to work next to Troy Aikman, he's like a little schoolgirl that just is in love with the high school quarterback. That is exactly what Joe Buck does when he calls the Cowboys because Troy Aikman was a Cowboy. If Troy Aikman was a Giant, Joe Buck would do that for the Giants. If he was an Eagle, he'd do that for the Eagles. But that's why Joe Buck acts like that. Because he has a little girl crush, little high school crush on Troy Aikman. I guarantee it. Sucks. Not to mention, if you've ever seen Midnight Cowboy, the guy's name is Joe Buck. And we know he goes down on another guy in a movie theater for like $20. You come to your own conclusions. But that's why Joe Buck acts like that. I hate Joe Buck. I can't stand him. He sucks. He sucks ass. No, I wasn't a bull. I wasn't a bully. I wasn't a bully. I was the same way in high school as I am now. I mind my own business. I don't bother anybody. I don't want anybody bothering me. I stay in my own lane. My priorities changed, but I'm always a nice guy. I can be a real asshole if you make me into one. I'm not going to put up with anybody's shit. I'm not going to take any shit from anybody. That's a fact. I'll always stand up for myself, but I'll never go out of my way to be mean to anybody. That's not my personality. It's just not. I'm not wired like that. There's no reason. It costs nothing to be nice to people. You should always treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like an asshole, then be an asshole. Because if you treat me like an asshole, I'm going to treat you like one. If you treat me like a decent person, I'm going to treat you like one. It's really all it is. Until you give me a reason to treat you like shit, I won't do it. I'm the guy that still holds doors for people. I carry bags for old ladies. Yes, I do. That type of thing. Or, if they can't reach the shelf, I got to get something down for them or something. That's me. I was raised like that. But you're an ass to me. Ask the people in the gym. Like the one guy I told you, try to intimidate me because he was bigger than me. That shit don't work with me. That don't work with me. I'm not going to be intimidated by you. You don't scare me. No. I ain't built like that. I'm really strong. I don't know if I'm really strong. I'm in shape. I don't know if I'm really strong. Listen, man, for real, I'll never be the biggest guy. I can't be the biggest guy. I can't be the strongest guy. I can't be the most successful guy. I can't be the best looking guy. I can't be that. I can't be any of that stuff, right? All I can be and all anybody can be in this world is the best version of themselves. That's it. That's all you can do. Be the best version of you. You're going to be successful. That's all you can do. When other freaking people are worried about what you're doing and they're not focused on what they're doing, they'll never succeed. That's not the way you succeed in life. Never. You sit there worrying about what other people do, worrying about what they do. Why? Unless it affects you directly, it shouldn't matter what somebody does. Ever. It should never bother you. Who cares? Who cares? You know? What guy was hating on how lean I am? I got a lot. That happens in the gym. It's not really. There's not a lot of guys. That guy. Listen, that dude. I had never seen him before. I have not seen him since. That was not a regular in my gym. The regulars in my gym, they'll tell you I'm a very nice guy. Listen, I talk to everybody. I encourage everybody. It's just how I am. That's me. That's just how I am. Dire Giants fan, my man. Probably my favorite drop. Actually, the bigger super chat's my favorite drop because it's a great song. He says, I know it's your there you go. There you go. I know it's your favorite drop, Baddog, but I greatly appreciate your original comment when I super chat. Love that drop, as well. I can always hit you up with one of these, buddy. All in all, it's just yeah. Well, again, I like that you're the best one, but another one of my favorite one. Again, this is the big super chat. This is a bag when somebody drops a big bag. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I like that the people in the basketball streams love the sound effects because that's really what I got them for was the basketball because I figured it'd make it a lot of fun, And people are like, I freaking love those, so I'm glad. Mac, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Really, my friend. He says, I missed last year. What happened? Your guess is as good as mine, buddy. I don't know. Completely different feel, completely different chemistry. Can't get our shit together. Too many damn mistakes. Lack of execution. Piss poor play calling. Bad clock management. You name it. Everything we did well last year, all the intangibles, all the little things, all the attention to detail, the preparation that we did last year, all the adjustments we would make in game, not. And I said this when I worked with Patty on Friday last week. In my opinion, a big thing that happened to the New York Giants was this. Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka last year got the ball out of Daniel Jones' hands very fast. Very fast. Go back there, throw it. They drilled that into him. Go back there, throw it. Get rid of the ball. Don't hang back there in the pocket. Get rid of the ball. Defenses this year adjusted to that. They adjusted. He's not going to go through his reads. He's going to be a first read guy. He ain't going to throw the ball over our heads. He ain't going to go deep. Play up in an 8-yard box, make it impossible for him to complete a pass. Because the coverage, if you're covering him tight and he has to sit back there for 2 seconds, the line can't protect him, he's dead. That's what happened. And the Giants have not adjusted back. In my opinion, that's a big one that I don't think anybody's talking about, is the adjustments. They had film on Daniel Jones last year. They had film on what Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka were doing. And they watched the film and they adjusted. And the Giants have not adjusted back. And that's why our offense is what it is this year. The offensive line is maybe worse this year, but it was not good last year. And we didn't score a lot of points last year, but we were efficient and didn't turn the ball over. Not the case this year. JDM, thank you for the super chat. Herbert's better than DJ. Of course he is. No one's arguing that. Why? Well, he doesn't get crucified as bad as DJ because he plays in Los Angeles. Honestly, same reason Joe Burrow doesn't. But Joe Burrow made it to a Super Bowl. I mean, Joe Burrow is a winner. Herbert ain't won anything. But I think a big reason Herbert I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Los Angeles is a tough market, but the Chargers play in Los Angeles, but they're from San Diego. They're not really a big market team. Like the Raiders are the big market team in California. I just think it's the Chargers market, not so much the Los Angeles market. I think it's the Chargers market. In New York, everything is magnified here. Everything. It is hard. You can't. Listen, it's just the way it is. If you're good here, we'll love you for the rest of your life. If you're bad here, you're going to know you're bad here. And that contract doesn't help him. The fact that he got paid a lot and the fact that he is failing, like there's a lot of pressure on his ass to live up to that contract because the media plugged that in there. Oh, how come he got paid? Saquon didn't. Saquon deserves it. Saquon deserves the bag. Daniel Jones doesn't. There's no doubt in my mind he's human. He's human. He hears this shit. And I think he's pressing. And I think when they got off to that horrific start against Dallas, it all started to fall apart for him. And he has not recovered. Again, I have said this for years. My hang-up on Daniel Jones has never been his physical capabilities. It has always been in between the ears. It has always been the biggest question I have. Can he handle pressure? Can he go through his progressions? Can he read defenses? Can he get rid of the ball quickly? Can he make the right read? Can he call the right audibles? And last year, I thought he did. I thought he improved. And I was excited. We got Paris Campbell. We added Darren Waller. We got Jalen Hyatt. We drafted JMS. Second year in the system. He's going to be even better. He's going in the right direction. Nope. Right back to 2021. My guy, Dire Giants fan. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. Really, really. Don't you love the autocorrect, Dire Giants fan? When you want to type were, and I know that's exactly what happened to you, by the way. I know because it happens to me all the damn time. All the time. We were, and it makes it we're. Stupid. That's autocorrect. I know that's what happened. We were excited to get JMS, and we call a stupid play to get our two best. Yeah, exactly. So dumb. Still no timetable on them. Yeah. Everything's going wrong. Everything that went right for us last year is going wrong for us this year. Stupid. And I don't think you'll see the Giants do that again. I don't think you'll see them do it. I don't think you'll see them do it again. Honestly. Grant, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. I could not have put that any better myself. I could not have worded that any better myself. I couldn't have worded it any better. Like I said, I'm teaching my son to not like them. He knows. He knows we always root against those guys. Should have saw him cheering for the Jets yesterday. It was funny. It's funny. Because I stream Giants games, obviously I don't get to watch Giants games. And I mean, he's not ready to sit down and like watch a full football game yet. But that's what sucks. You know, that's the one thing that is crappy about. Well, I can tell you this, Christmas. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing the game on Christmas. I'm not going to be on YouTube on Christmas. That doesn't happen. My family comes first. That's a fact. And there's no way I'm doing a Giants Eagles game on Christmas. I'm spending that with my family, but I'll watch the game. I mean, there's no question about that. So maybe I can get him to sit down with me for a little bit while he's playing with all of his new toys and tell him how bad the Eagles are as they beat our ass 45-0. Because that's what's going to happen. Nandon, thank you for the super chat. My friend north of the border, appreciate you. Brilliant. Looking like Super Bowl might be the Lions versus the Bengals. The Lions are really good. The Lions are really good. They are very complete. And Jared Goff has Super Bowl experience. So he's been there before. I love Dan Campbell. Great head coach. Great head coach. What's my lifetime max bench? Oh, 335 maybe. My bench sucks. I don't care about benching. I'm not an ego lifter. I used to be like that when I was heavier. I don't care about strength. I care about my physique. That's all I care about. I don't care about what I lift. It's not about the amount you lift anyway. It's about time under tension. It's about muscle fatigue and failure. That's all weightlifting's about. Your body doesn't know if you're bench pressing 225 or 275. Your muscles don't know the difference if you're repping it out in training to muscle failure. It doesn't know. I'd much rather be lean. I go for appearance. I'm more of an aesthetic guy than a weightlifting guy. I do some things well. Bench is not one of them. I have very long arms. So my bench sucks. It's a long range of motion. Because I have long arms, I can curl my body weight. Not a lot of people can do that. Everyone's always like, what's your max bench? My max bench, I can bench 110-pound dumbbells. I only weigh 167, 168 pounds. I'm not a heavy guy, but that sucks. But I can curl 165 pounds because it's leverage. Same thing, a lat pull down. I can pull the rack down. And that's like, well, I don't know if I can pull that down anymore. But if I was doing 2 or 3, like a 1 rep max, I could pull that whole thing down. And it's like 310 because I have long arms. It's leverage. Deadlifts. When I was younger, my back wasn't killing me. I could do deadlifts because it's a short range of motion because I have long arms. But benching, can't bench. And a lot of times, guys that curl a lot don't bench a lot and vice versa. Because if you have short arms, you don't have leverage to curl. A lot of it's leverage. Yeah. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think I did 335 once, and I never approached it again. I felt good that day. I wanted to do 315. That was my goal. I said, if I could get 3 plates on each side, I said, but I did 315 3 times. And I was like, I feel like I could do more. And I did. I remember the guy, dude, there's a big guy in my gym. His name is Brian. He's like 6'4", 260. He's a big dude. Big, strong guy. One of those big, strong guys. You got those guys at the gym. They're really big. He goes around. I said, Brian, my car's stalled out. Can you pick it up and carry it to my driveway? He's a big, strong guy, quite frankly. So I just said, can you spot me? And I'll never forget this. When I took the 335 off the rack, gravity took hold. It didn't crush me, but it came down fast. And he literally just stood over the top of me and stared at me like, I'm not pulling it off of you, so you better get the shit. You better push the shit up off your body. He didn't say anything, but he looked at me like, I'm not pulling that off of you from there. So my ass struggled and struggled and struggled and struggled, and I got it up there. And when I got it there, he put it on the rack for me. And I'm like, you're the man. He goes, I wasn't. He goes, I was making you earn that shit. He goes, if you got it up there and stopped, I was going to take it, but I wasn't letting you just put it on your chest. But I can't bench it anymore. Benching, I'll never understand that. Benching it, to me, bench pressing is something that young people worry about. That's the way I look at it. Like a young guy, somebody trying to prove the man that's like, oh, look at how much I bench. I got to know. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody gives it. In the gym, nobody gives a shit what you do. Nobody cares what you lift. Nobody cares what you look like. Nobody's paying attention to you. It's a fact. Nobody cares what I bench. Nobody cares what I curl. Nobody cares what I lift. Some guys will ask me what I do to get so lean. That happens. What is your diet? I get that a lot, especially at my age. But nobody's saying to me, no, I don't remember last time anybody asked. I don't think anybody's ever come up to me in the gym and said, what is your max bench? Nobody cares. It's not important. This day and age with Instagram and social media, I guess everybody wants to be a super. Look at what I can bench. I never care what I can bench. Listen, man, I'm almost 50 freaking years old. I have 7.5% body fat. I'm pretty satisfied. My wife's got no complaints, so just put it that way. That's really all that matters. As long as she likes the way I look, I'm cool. That's all that matters. Everybody else, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Nandon, The super chat, you be talking about weightlifting. I could be here all freaking night. He says, "Do you think the Giants tank for kid?" I don't think we have to tank. I think we stink. Washington game's going to tell me a lot. I think the Washington game will tell me a lot. If we lose to Washington, it's very possible we win 2 games all year. That Patriots game, I think we can beat the Patriots. I always think we can beat Washington. Always. I always think we're going to beat them just because we do it all the time. The Jets have a really good defense. The Jets will be coming off a bye. I don't know. We're not beating the Eagles. We're not beating the Cowboys. Probably not beating the Saints. I know the Saints aren't great, but we don't play well in New Orleans. We're not beating the Rams. Who the hell else we play? Packers will be interesting. We play the Packers. Vegas. Probably not beating Vegas. Although if Jimmy Garoppolo's out for a while, who knows? Who knows? Israel, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. Really, really. Oops, that's the wrong one. I don't want to do that with Big Moo in the house. It's harder to stream a Yankee bad season or a Giants bad season. If I streamed like my guy Pete, like if I streamed every day like Pete, the Yankees, because it's such a long season. Like for Pete probably there's 162 games in a year. My guy Pete probably streams at least 150 of those. At least. And he's a full-time YouTube guy. So at least 150. That would be way worse than doing one a week. Way worse. Way worse. Because the Giants, man, it's 3 hours of my day, and we wait till next week. And we even get a week off. You know, sometimes we got a week coming up, like I'll have 2 weeks without having to worry about them. But the Yankees are every day. So I think that would be tougher. Listen, when I was doing the Lakers a couple of years ago and they had Russell Westbrook and they were getting beat by 20, 30 points every night, I'm not even a Laker fan. That was tough. That was hard. To call all those basketball games that weren't even competitive. That was difficult. And I'm not even a Laker fan. But that was tough. Dire Giants fan, thank you for the super chat. He says bench is not the standard of strength and is asked an over-asked question and overvalued. If you have weak legs, okay, bye. Yeah, nobody ever asks you what your leg press is. None of that. Nobody ever asks that stuff. It's always your bench. And again, I think that's either inexperienced weightlifters or ego lifters. I really do, because again, that chick made. There she go, NFL and ESPN. There she was. I mean, here. I mean, I'll show you, right? Watch this. So here, do you talk about legs? Here you go. Look at this, right? Again, I'm 169 pounds. All right? I'm 169 pounds. And this is me pushing 680, I think. So, I mean, this is 4 times my body weight. Okay? And you can see that shit is digging into the ground, which is making it even more difficult. But nobody asks about that. Nobody asks about that. That's a lot of freaking weight for a guy my size. That's why you got to follow me on Instagram. You can see I'm dying there too. But you got to follow me on Instagram because we got stuff like that. We got stuff. We got stuff. I mean, look at it. Hey, man, I'm no joke. I'm put together all right. I know what I'm doing. Look at it. This is why I don't care about my bench. I care about that. I care about looking like that because I'm a freaking lunatic. That's pretty good for 47. That's pretty good. I actually thought about competing, and then I just didn't want to do the prep. But seriously, you can see. No joke. I'm all right. I do okay. Okay for a little guy. Hamilton, my man, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. He says we can just chalk the season up as done. We need to be. I agree. The problem is, Hamilton, we have 11 more. We have 11 more weeks of 11 more weeks of this. 11 more. Sucks. But I'm with you. We do need to build again. But we're going to lose a lot of the veterans. You know, like I said, Leonard's not going to be here, or Dory Jackson, Paris Campbell, Darius Slayton. And I like Slay. They're not keeping Slay here for $8 million. So, you know. I have an admirer. Yeah. Ivana Lowy, she's my admirer. She's my admirer. Max consecutive pull-ups in a row? 26, maybe? 26? I think it was 26. 20. Is in the 20s. I don't do pull-ups very often either. But I think it was 25 or 26. It was a lot. But they weren't like this. They were like this. Like not like wide grip. They were, how they have the bars. A lot of times I do leg lifts. I hang there and do leg lifts to build my abdominal muscles. Because listen, man, all your strength is from the top of your kneecap to the bottom of your chest. That's where all your strength is. Your chest is a cosmetic muscle. You don't do anything with your chest. It's just a cosmetic muscle. You don't lift anything with your chest. You don't really push anything with your chest. You push with your legs, your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your core. That's where all your strength is. Not your chest, not your shoulders, not your calves. And I got good calves. My calves are probably the best part of my physique, which sucks. All the good stuff is in the back. Can't see it. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. He says, you're shredded. I am a little guy. I'm 169 pounds. I'm 6 foot 169. I am not big. I look big. When you're lean, everything looks bigger. Everything. Get my point? Yes. All right. I'm getting out of control here. Seriously. I love working out. I love it, man. It's a passion. Done it for 13 years, and that's why I don't really use my fitness channel anymore. But diet's very important. It's something I learned. I could have never looked like this without just an incredibly rigid, restrictive diet, and that's why to do not eat the way I do. You really have to be psychotic every day. I'm not lying to you. 6 days a week. Saturday's a cheat day. So I don't worry about Saturday. I don't eat 10,000 calories on a Saturday. But if I want a filet mignon, if I want veal parm, if I want pizza, wings, Oreos, cereal, I'm eating it on Saturday. Donuts, I'm eating it. Chips and salsa, a few beers, I'm doing it. I don't worry about my macros on Saturday. But I ain't lying to you. Every day, 3 Kodiak pancakes. Every day, half a bag of Tyson blackened chicken strips. Every day, a bag of cauliflower chicken, be it regular or spicy. Every day, 20 ounces of 99% fat-free ground turkey. Every day, a banana with a tablespoon of PB Fit peanut butter. Every day. Not every day. 6 days a week. 6 days a week, the same thing. 6 days a week. Sometimes on a Sunday, instead of the pancakes, I'll have cup and a half of egg whites. I forgot how many ounces that is. 12 ounces of egg whites. Crazy. Body dysmorphia. Crazy. That's what happens. People that are really into the gym, it's up here. 90% of the gym is here. Most guys that get serious about it the way I do, hate the way they look, never satisfied with the way they look, never be satisfied with the way they look, always want to do more, always want to be bigger and leaner at the same time. Sucks. It's good and it sucks. You're never satisfied. It keeps you driving, and you're never satisfied. So you're like, why do I do it? I'm never going to be satisfied. I love bananas. I love bananas and PB Fit. That PB Fit peanut butter. I even put a video on Twitter on how I'm to make peanut butter. Peanut butter is all fat. Oh, peanut butter is healthy for you. It's got protein. Bullshit. There's not enough protein in it to be healthy. It is 16 grams of fat and 190 calories for 2 tablespoons. You know how small a tablespoon is? 190 calories. That is my breakfast. 190 calories. 2 tablespoons of sugar-free maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of PB Fit peanut butter. Throw it in a bowl, mix it together. It ain't going to be as thick as peanut butter. It's sweeter than peanut butter, and it tastes damn good. And it's 40 calories. It's the same amount of protein. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. It's a lot of hacks. That's why I drink that sugar-free soda all the time. You drink too much soda, bad dog. The reason I do that, caffeine helps you burn calories. Not a ton, but a little bit more. But what caffeine and sugar-free, and you can watch Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette is an IBFF pro, won many competitions. The guy is one of the best bodybuilders ever. Swear, all the bodybuilders, Noel Deitzel, they all swear by zero sugar soda. Zero sugar, artificial sweetener. Why? Because it cures your sweet tooth and it kills your appetite because you're filling your stomach up with liquid. So they swear by that stuff because caffeine is also an appetite suppressant. That's why I drink a lot of black coffee. It's why I'm so hyper all the time. It's why I don't need to sleep. I'm crazy. Crazy. Hamilton, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Whoops, there it is. He says your wide receiver height. I'm wide receiver height and size. You could play. You're going to feel it later, but you could. I would get. I would take one. I'd take one hit. I'd be dead. One hit. I'd be gone. That's why I put some things on Twitter of me working out. Like I showed some of my leg workout on Twitter. Yeah, I'll show you this too. And people are always like, "Oh, they don't do legs," and I don't know why. Let me see if I can find this one. Where's my? I'll show you. I put this. I was like, Coach. I'm like, I got one run in me, and fear is a hell of a motivator. I could probably get outside here. There you go. I'll show you. I do legs, man. This is no joke. You got to do your legs. Legs are important. Where is this? Legs are important. Am I sharing this? I'm not sharing it. Share. There we go. Legs are important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oops, demonetized. Demonetized. All right. See? It's no joke. Gotta get your legs. Gotta get legs. Leg day is important. That's a lot of weight for a little dude. Jenner had said no, I know you're smelling salsa left. No, I don't lift that heavy. Listen, when I do weights, that's the other thing. I do 3 sets of progressive overload, 16, 14, and 12. It is a lot of repetition. A lot. And I lift mostly my body weight, except for I don't curl that much. I could only curl my body weight once. But Athlete Next is my guy. You know why? Jeff Cavalier is my guy. Think about it. He's leaner than me. And you can tell because his cheeks are hollowed out more than mine are. When I get into the summer and I really, like last year, I really leaned out to 6% body fat and my cheeks were hollowed out. Your face becomes gaunt. This year I'm like 7.5%, so my face isn't as gaunt as it was last year. But Jeff Cavalier is my age, my size. He's built better than me. He's got better genetics than me. But that is my genetic. I'm with him. Like I look at Jim Stepani, but I'm not Jim Stepani. I'm not 6'3", 230, whatever he is. I'm not Greg Doucette. Greg's only 5'6", but he's 195. But my genetics don't allow me to carry 195 at this height and be lean. So Greg just said I can't really relate. I learn a lot from them. Sean Nalwani's another guy. Like, I learn from them, but I'm not built like them. Jeff Cavalier is the guy I'm like, those are my genetics. Long, lean, and can get really shredded. And I can maintain it. I can maintain low body fat because that's just the way my genetics are. I can't, but I'll never be big. Like, I can't be 190 pounds and carry 8% body fat. I'd be fatter. I just can't. My body doesn't allow me to do it. Genetics play a part in a lot of things. Tyrod Giants fan.
All in all, it's just me.
He said, I already super chatted this. Zero sugar helped me lose 20 to 30 pounds. The reason I'm not sure is I don't value the scale. I go off how I feel and look, and that's exactly it. That's exactly it, brother. You nailed it. I don't care about my weight. I never have cared about my weight. And I tell people when they talk about weight, what do I have to do to lose weight? I'm like, you should never worry about weight. Muscle's denser than fat. So you could be gaining muscle and you're not going to lose weight. It's about the way your clothes fit. It's about the way you look. You can also fluctuate anywhere from 5 to 9 pounds a day in water retention, especially if you're a woman. I can tell you this right now. When I have my cheat days and Saturdays, there's a lot of carbs I take in. I don't eat a ton of carbs. I don't avoid carbs, but I have 170 grams of carbs a day. Saturday, it's probably 3 times that. Okay. When you eat carbohydrates, your body hangs on to water. It holds water. When you don't eat carbohydrates, that's why when people take this keto diet, oh, I lost 20 pounds. You lost water. Because when you don't have carbs, your body doesn't hold on to water, so you urinate it out of your system. And of course, you're going to lose water weight, but it's not fat. There's a big difference. So you lose 9 pounds in a week. A lot of it could be water. I lose 9 pounds of water in 2 days. I'll weigh 177 pounds Saturday night. I'll weigh 168 pounds Tuesday morning. That's why on Sunday, when I'm doing the games of Chris, that's why I piss all the time, because my body's getting rid of them, because the carbs have been gone. Now my body's getting rid of the water. Your body works in weird ways. I studied a lot of this crap. By the way, Cheddar Ed, you said, would I recommend Fatzos do my diet? I wouldn't recommend anybody do my diet unless you want to look the way I do. And that is a lifelong commitment. And you really do have to be psychotic to do that. I would never suggest anybody eat the way I do. Never. If you want to lose weight, I just suggest do something that you can maintain for the rest of your life. Just, be in a caloric deficit. However the hell you want to do it. I measure macros. I do all this stupid shit. That's why. I'm not worried about this guy right here, Dire Giants fan. He's a child. It's small dick energy. I'm not worried about this. This is just some bullshitter. Don't even sweat a child, man. That's a guy trying to prove his manhood to me. Like, I give a shit. It doesn't matter. You can be bigger, stronger. I don't really care. I don't care what the hell you do. But it's small dick energy. This is a guy that's extremely insecure about himself. The incessant need to brag and to try to put other people down to build yourself up is total insecurity complex. And that usually happens to children that don't have a father figure, or they are very insecure about themselves. That's the internet's full of a lot of these people. So don't even sweat it. Let him feel good about himself. Let him feel good about himself. It is what it is. If tearing people down to make yourself feel better about yourself is the way you got to get through life, and more power to you. That Giants must have abandoned. Daniel Jones is built crazy. Yeah, he is. That he is. But that's what it is. So yeah, projection. You're projecting your own insecurities onto me, telling me, oh, there's not enough plates in there. Where are your videos? Where are your videos? Where are your receipts? Where are your receipts? Anybody can talk shit on the internet. Anybody can type. Anybody with one of these can make up anything they want to. I can bench press 600 pounds. I can squat a house. Guy's bed is full of hot Cheetos dust. I mean, you told me. You told me. I believe you, though, Cheddarhead. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. That's all right. It's all good. But that's what it is. I said, you're better than me, dude. What can I tell you? You're stronger. You're better. You're more successful. You're better looking. You're just overall way better than I am at life. Way better. I hope you can sleep at night now that I paid you that compliment. Under your mom's roof, in your mom's house, in your bedroom. You wish I've never been into UFC for whatever reason. I just never got into it. I used to be into boxing years ago, like when Tyson was boxing. I used to be into it, but never anymore. My birthday is next week. Oh, they count, but you don't count them. Some girl told me, one of my coworkers told me that when I went to Disney. She's like, Disney calories don't count. I said, oh, they count, but I'm not counting them. Derek Johnsman. From the keyboard, at least, right? The keyboard. The keyboard. Yeah, I'm just saying. I used to watch boxing. I never got into UFC. I never got into UFC. I've never gotten into it. Do I like Pink Floyd? Yeah, I love Pink Floyd. I actually like the Syd Barrett Pink Floyd a lot. The psychedelic. Well, I mean, they were always kind of psychedelic, but the Syd Barrett, See Emily Play. That's probably my favorite Pink Floyd song. I like Arnold Lane, but See Emily Play is fantastic. That's before David Gilmour, but the Syd Barrett Floyd was awesome. But Dark Side of the Moon is one of the greatest albums ever. Floyd is good. Pink Floyd's good. Can I say it ends for you? It ends for you in an Australian accent. You're right. It ends for you. We're all there. We're all there. It's all done there. I look like John Jones? I don't know who John Jones is. Do you remember when EDP? Yeah, I remember when EDP wanted to fight. That's one of the greatest trash talking videos I ever did was on him. I went up one side of that guy and down the other when I trash talked him. Yeah, it's no British, can't do British accent at all. That's Australian. Big difference. I can't do British at all. I can't do that. Why? Can't. This is Australian. It's not British. Can't do British. They're similar, but they're different. I can't do it. It's true. 30K fans in the stand by the ball game to see. That's the difference. They're two drunks fighting, not two professional fighters. I liked wrestling. Not that that's real, but I liked it. Why the Giants? I don't know. I don't know why they're so tentative. It's a great question. It's a great question. I really don't know. I don't know why they're not as aggressive and they're very tentative and hesitant. The Dallas game, they must have never recovered from it because they just. I wish I knew the answer to that. I really do, because it's a question that I've been wondering myself all year why it's so different. You know. Oh. Soft Gentleman is one of those rare breeds that comes out of his mother and was immediately entered in the powerlifting competition where he deadlifted a Dodge Neon 27 times. The cameras weren't on. Right, there you go. Right, right. You can do anything when the cameras aren't rolling. When they're not rolling. Like I said, I'll never be the strongest guy or the biggest guy, but everything I say I can do, I have on film. I have receipts to show I can push 700 pounds on the sled. I'm not making that up. That's me. I'm not making up my physique. That's me. Ice Mike, thank you for the super chat. Listen, there's a guy that he knows all about lifting of the weights. I almost hit the wrong drop there. There it is. But see, he knows what it's about. He says, "Sup, bad dog. The real issue with the GM and this year's coaching staff seems to have regressed. Too many mistakes. That falls on the. I agree. The coaching staff does not get a pass. You win Coach of the Year. That's awesome. But this is a what have you done for me lately league, and everybody forgets that he won Coach of the Year because they're the worst team in football this year. You're absolutely right. Coaching staff, the play calling, the lack of execution, the poor fundamentals, the misuse of the timeouts, the misuse of the clock, the miscommunication. It all falls on the coaching staff. The lack of preparation, something they were so good at last year, Mike, was preparation, adjustments, and executing the little things. And this year, it's the complete opposite. It's terrible. Diehard Giants fan, you're the man. Thank you for super chat. This is going to be a great stream to listen back to back long drives. I'm glad I got you. It's always good to have you on board, Diehard Giants, the legendary Diehard Giants fan. But with that, I am going to get out of here because I've been here for 2 hours. I appreciate you. We therapy session for a while, and then we kind of veered off the trodden path and got into talking about weightlifting because, again, I'm such a fiend when it comes to that stuff. And honestly, with the weight, you're always going to get a joker like that guy. It is, man. It just is what it is. But in all honesty, I saw Barbara say I should be a personal trainer. I would never make a good personal trainer. There's 2 reasons. Number one, I'd be hard on my clients. And a lot of people that go to a gym really just take a personal trainer to kind of have a friend because they don't want to go to the gym alone. The gym can be very intimidating when you start. Okay, it can be. Because a lot of times you don't really have a plan, you don't know what you're doing. You see people that are been in there for years or real shit, and people have a stigma or a preconceived notion of what it is in the gym. And I'm telling you right now, nobody cares. I'm telling you right now, nobody cares. Nobody cares. People are not in there to look at other people. I know some idiot. There's one idiot in every gym that's just an idiot. But 99% of the people in there are going to do nothing but encourage you. You're in there like they're in, you're in there like we're in there. People go there for the same reason. We're all in there for the same reason. We may not all do the same things, but we're all in there to better our health. Nobody cares. But I think a lot of the times it's just for direction and it's just kind of somebody to talk to and lean on. I would not be that guy. I'd be very tough. The first thing I would tell my client is, listen, you are not going to like me, but if you listen to me and do what I tell you to do, you will be in shape. So I'm not gonna sit there. I would never hurt anybody, but I'm not gonna let them do 2 reps. And I'd say that's too heavy. So you need to lighten it up and you need to give me 12 reps. At least 8. A working set is at least 8 reps. You're not giving me 2 reps. It's too heavy. Lower it. Push that thing till you can't push it anymore. You want to lose weight, you're gonna change your diet too. That's simple. You don't change your diet, you ain't gonna lose weight. It's a fact. And the other thing is, because of my clients listening to me, they would lose weight. They wouldn't need me anymore. I see the trainers in my gym. They don't train people to lose weight. They're not working them hard. Because if then people get in shape and realize they don't need the trainer, what happens? You're not paying the trainer anymore. They're not getting paid. That's why I'd be a bad trainer. Skip Bayless is jacked. Skip Bayless is jack-assed. Is he jacked? I don't even know. But listen, I do have to get out of here because I want to get some sleep. I appreciate you hanging out with me, listening to me bullshit about whatever. Because, even though we did talk about the Giants for a while, sometimes just talking about life in general is also a good therapy session. And some laughter is always good. Laughter is always good. Right? Very good to have laughter in your life. Not take anything too serious. It's really not worth it, honestly. But I do appreciate you guys and girls hanging out with me. Thank you so much. Lakers on Thursday. I don't know what day talking. Giants will be a Chris. It'll probably be Friday. We usually aim for Friday with those. So I'll have a video up here tomorrow or Wednesday. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, guys and gals. Appreciate you. And we will see you next time. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm out. Peace.